Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Laura Papetti, and we're going to start by talking about weather because it is a big day. Just about 40 minutes ago, fall officially began. I was counting down those seconds.
Yeah.
But truth be told, we have meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Still feels a lot like summer for the rest of the week. So you're here to give us some perspective, though I am drinking pumpkin spice.
And you know I've got my cup in the indoor weather center, just a few feet away from you, Laura. Make sure nobody steals that for me. But you and I have been just so excited for the beginning of fall, really fall weather at its finest. The equinox was officially at 11:19, so we're in our first hour officially of the fall season. Certainly felt that way this morning. We had a low of 44 degrees, nice and crisp and cool, and certainly worthy of the PSLs, right? 61 degrees is our current temperature, very comfortable underneath the sunshine. But it is going to warm up a little bit more today. So yesterday was 64 for the high temperature. We had all that cloud cover, even some thunderstorms late on in the evening yesterday. But now it's just all sunshine for the inland Northwest, and that will gradually warm us up here. And not just today, really the rest of the week. So the summer season's going to hang on, especially for the northern tier of the U.S. So coming up, well, it is the first official day of fall. I'll show you how many days I'm still forecasting in the 80s for this week. It seems like the summer weather just doesn't know when to quit just yet.
All right, my friend, the Pullman Police Department is asking for help in finding a 20-year-old shooting suspect. Police are looking for Jackery Buchanan. He is a 5'7" tall black man wearing a white shirt, blue jeans, and white shoes at last report. Pullman PD says he left the scene in a gray 2025 Hyundai Sonata with Minnesota plates. Officers suspect that he shot a 19-year-old man in the abdomen early yesterday morning. Fortunately, the 19-year-old should make a full recovery, and Pullman police say the shooting was isolated. Nobody is in danger in Pullman. At the end of August, U.S. Border Patrol arrested 2 firefighters battling the Bear Gulch fire. Now, one of the men's lawyers is asking a judge to order his release. 23-year-old Rigoberto Hernandez also filed a motion for a temporary restraining order. His attorney says federal agents kept him hidden from his family and lawyers for over 2 days.
If CBP can unlawfully detain someone in secret without notice or access to counsel, then no one's due process rights are safe.
Hernandez's lawyer says Hernandez applied for legal status in 2018, and it is still pending. The only thing on his record was a misdemeanor for speed racing from him right after he turned 18 years old. During a comedy show, a man collapsed from a heart attack, and last weekend, Drew Lynch performed at the Spokane Comedy Club. According to Lynch, the man had no pulse for 5 minutes before other audience members revived him and emergency crews arrived. Lynch says he and a couple of his friends then went to visit the man in the hospital, where they were able to finish out the rest of the show for him and his family. All right, that was a really sweet act of kindness. All right, today through Wednesday, there will be construction along North Ash Street. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is telling us what to know if we're going to be driving in that area.
Well, congestion and lane reductions, those are the 2 main things we need to know when it comes to this project right here at the corner of Ash and Northwest Boulevard. And of course, this is a pretty busy road, which is why we're out here relaying this information. City officials are actually recommending you find alternative routes anytime between 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. now until Wednesday. That's when this road work is expected to be taking place. Again, city officials recommending alternative routes. You can see on the map right now on your screens, and we'll also have this available on KREM.com. Southbound lanes on Ash Street will be merged from 3 lanes down to 1 lane. Other impacts include potential sidewalk detours for pedestrians. As for the Y, this is a part of the Maxwell Avenue bike and pedestrian safety upgrades. Again, the key things to know is traffic slowdowns here on Ash through Wednesday. So if you use this road for any time of your commute, just go ahead, pencil that in, and be aware that you'll likely run into some traffic slowdowns. For now, reporting here in Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Deal to keep TikTok operational in the U.S. should be official over the next few days. A group of U.S. investors will own 80% of the app, while Chinese investors will own the last 20%. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said Saturday the new agreement will allow the U.S. to control TikTok's algorithm and data. She also said the United States will hold 6 of the 7 company board seats. Thousands of people and a group of political leaders gathered in Arizona to say goodbye to conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Kirk was honored at a public memorial over the weekend. Speeches included addresses by President Trump, Vice President Vance, and Kirk's widow, Erica. Now, during her address, Erica Kirk said she forgives the man accused of killing her husband.